around, and then it comes into the tank, and then pushes the beer out of the tank, back around, and straight into the tap room. So when we pull that handle, 6 of the beers, you're actually drinking it straight out of the tank here. So we are MachineHead Brewing Company. We actually, my wife and I are the owners of the place, and we're the brewers. So we're 100% brewery owned, independently owned. We make beer here. My wife bought me a homebrew kit for Christmas about, I want to say like 9 years ago now. And our whole thing was, I was like, I'm not gonna brew beer in a bathtub because that's the perception that people usually have about it. And I just fell in love with the process, and it became a like a hobby that just became like, oh, I'm brewing once a month to now I'm brewing twice a month. And it got to the point where I'm brewing a lot of beer and my friends are like enjoying it, consuming it. Every home brewer, their dream is to own a brewery. Every home brewer. And if they say that that's not true, or that thought hasn't run in their head, they're lying. It's simple and it's complicated at the exact same time. So, obviously it's grains, water, yeast, hops, all that. It is an unbelievably clean process. It has to be completely sanitary, it has to be completely clean. There's nothing in beer that can make you sick. It's just that beer will spoil and it won't taste right if you're not sanitary. But the process starts off with milling the grains, getting those through to our mash tun, and then we just let it sit in there, in layman's term, and basically just extract all the sugars out. And then we boil it off, and we bring it to a tank, add yeast, and 3 weeks later we have beer. There's obviously a lot more process that goes into it in between there, but that's basically what it is. And then we actually serve 6 of our beers straight out of our tanks. So we have like bright tanks, called also serving tanks. So when you're drinking 6 of our beers, you're actually drinking it straight from the tank. And so when we're pouring it out, you're having it straight from the tank to your glass.
So tell me, why beer?
Why not? I've always been a big fan of craft beer. I just remember drinking, like amazing craft beer. I wasn't one of these guys that liked cheap beer. I don't know why it was that way, but I always liked quality beer, so we've always worked that way. I love IPAs. I know it's a cliche thing to say. I still love IPAs. I've loved IPAs forever, but IPA takes it for me. That's the king. Whether it's a hazy IPA, West Coast IPAs, milkshake IPAs, you name it. There's so many varieties of them. And it's constantly evolving, which is amazing that it's still going that strong after all these years. And I always describe beer like music, right? There's always some type of music for somebody, right? There's always some type of style that might be your style and you love this, and this person over here might hate your genre of music, and vice versa, or they're not into it. Whereas a beer's the same way. You like beer, you just don't know it yet. You just haven't found the right beer for yourself.